And I'd like to bring in Mike Davis, founder and president of Article 3 Project. He joins us now. Mike, thank you for joining us. What stood out to you during her nearly 24 hours of being in that hot seat?
Well, I was the chief counsel for nominations for the Senate Judiciary Committee for the Kavanaugh confirmation. I know it's a grueling process for these nominees. I was impressed by Judge Jackson's stamina. She is clearly a historic nomination. She's bright. I do think that she faces some concerns that she needs to, that I don't know if they're fully addressed, about her previous history, her background, her record on child pornography cases when she was a district court judge. When she was a district court judge for 8 years, she had over 100 cases where she sentenced people to prison for felonies, and 7 of those cases were for people who possessed and distributed child pornography. And when it came to sentencing time, in all 7 cases, 100% of the time, she sentenced below the recommended guidelines from the Sentencing Commission, from the commission on the commission where she served. She sentenced below the recommended prosecutor sentence. And here's the issue: one of these guys is Hawkins that we were discussing. He was sentenced to just 3 months for child pornography. And if you look at his background, we just found at the Article 3 in our research that he actually reoffended in 2019. And if he had been in jail during that time, during the time that the Sentencing Commission had recommended for him to be in jail, he would not have reoffended. So this is a big problem. There are consequences to these judgments, and one of the consequences in this case is that Mr. Hawkins reoffended.
It seems like those questions, though, have been asked and answered. Do you feel that the answers were not sufficient, that this is something that still needs to be probed further?
I think the problem is that her answers do not address the facts. She talks about, when she's asked about this, she talks about how she has the law enforcement support. She has daughters. Her father and her brother were in law enforcement. You know, that doesn't address the facts. And the facts are that when she has a 25-year record going back to law school of advocating for leniency for people, for sex offenders of kids. So that included at Harvard Law School with her note where she argued that these sex offender registries are unconstitutionally punitive. It followed her on the Sentencing Commission, where she served as the vice chair from 2010 to 2014, where she advocated for lesser sentences for people who possess and distribute child pornography. And it followed her on the bench, where 7 of 7 cases where she had the discretion to order sentences, she ordered sentences below what the prosecutor recommended and below what the sentencing guidelines recommended. So it's a problem. One of those people went on to reoffend again. So this is not a light matter. It has nothing to do with her race. It has nothing to do with her gender. It has to do with her record.
How do you think that those Republican senators did, though, as far as balancing the historic nature of the nomination along with their desire to really poke holes in her judicial record?
Well, I think they did. I think they did both of their jobs very well. I mean, it is a historic nomination, and I would say that it's a historic nomination because Democrats blocked prior nominees like Judge Janice Rogers Brown, a D.C. Circuit Court judge who then Senator Joe Biden promised to filibuster if Republicans nominated her to the Supreme Court. Nonetheless, this is still a very historic nomination, and it's good for our country to move forward like this. But that doesn't mean that these senators can't do they have to do their constitutional duty, their advice and consent duty, to fully vet these nominees. They're going to lifetime appointments to the Supreme Court of the United States, the highest court in the land.
Mike Davis, our thanks to you.